Some of the world's most famous street foods were once eaten only by kings. The biryani sold on roadside carts in India, the pizza slice grabbed on a busy New York street, the shawarma wrapped in paper in Istanbul. Just a few centuries ago, these dishes were served in royal palaces prepared by elite chefs, with ingredients only the wealthy could afford. But over time, something fascinating happened. These royal recipes escaped the palace walls and slowly became food for everyone. Today, we're exploring how royal food became street food. Today, ice cream is everywhere. You can buy it from carts, street vendors, supermarkets, almost anywhere in the world. But centuries ago, frozen desserts were a luxury only kings could afford. In ancient Persia, nobles enjoyed a frozen treat made from ice, fruit syrup, and rose water. But ice wasn't easy to get. It had to be cut from mountain glaciers and stored in underground ice houses. Later in Renaissance Europe, frozen desserts became a favorite among aristocrats.
A new frozen delight for the court. Incredible. Serve it at once. With pleasure, my lord.
Oh, this is exquisite.
Italian chefs served early versions of ice cream to royal courts in Florence and Paris. Because sugar and ice were expensive, only the wealthy could enjoy it. But everything changed in the 19th century. Industrial ice production and refrigeration made frozen desserts cheap to produce. And slowly, the dessert of kings became one of the world's most common street treats. Pizza might be the most famous street food on earth, but its rise to fame began with a royal visit. In 1889, Queen Margherita of Italy visited the city of Naples. At the time, pizza was mostly eaten by the working class. Street vendors sold flatbread, topped with simple ingredients like garlic, oil, and tomatoes. A local chef named Raffaele Esposito was invited to cook for the Queen. To honor Italy, he created a pizza with 3 ingredients: red tomatoes, white mozzarella, and green basil, the colors of the Italian flag. The Queen loved it, and the dish became known as Pizza Margherita. What began as humble street food soon gained royal approval and then conquered the world. Few street foods are as recognizable as shawarma, rotating meat, thin slices shaved off a vertical spit, wrapped in bread with sauces and vegetables. But this cooking technique actually comes from royal kitchens. In the Ottoman Empire, palace chefs perfected the art of roasting meat on vertical spits. It was a method designed to slowly cook large quantities of meat for royal banquets. Over time, this style of roasting spread across the Middle East. In Turkey, it became doner kebab. In the Arab world, it evolved into shawarma. By the 20th century, the dish moved from palace kitchens to busy city streets. Today, shawarma stands are found everywhere, from Istanbul to Berlin to Delhi. Few dishes carry the grandeur of royal cuisine like biryani. The origins of biryani trace back to Persian rice dishes known as pilaf, but the dish reached its most luxurious form in the kitchens of the Mughal Empire. In Mughal courts, biryani was cooked using the dum method, slow cooking rice and meat together in sealed pots. Royal chefs used expensive ingredients like saffron, cardamom, cloves, and premium cuts of meat. These were not everyday meals. They were dishes prepared for royal banquets and celebrations. But as the Mughal Empire declined, royal cooks carried their recipes into cities across the Indian subcontinent. New regional versions emerged: Hyderabadi, Awadhi, Kolkata, and today, biryani is just as likely to be served on a street corner as in a palace. The samosa might feel deeply Indian today, but its journey actually began far from the subcontinent. Early versions of the samosa appeared in medieval Persia and Central Asia. Known as sambusak, these pastries were served in royal courts and elite banquets. Unlike the vegetarian samosas we know today, they were often filled with minced meat, nuts, and spices. Merchants and travelers carried the dish along trade routes into South Asia. Over time, the recipe changed. Potatoes replaced meat in many regions. The dish became cheaper and easier to produce, and eventually, the samosa became one of the most beloved street snacks in India. Falooda is one of South Asia's most refreshing desserts, but its roots go back to ancient Persia. The original dessert was called falooda. It was made with thin vermicelli noodles, rose syrup, and ice. But ice was extremely rare in warm climates. To serve this dessert, ice had to be transported from mountain ice houses, making it a luxury for royal courts. When Persian culture influenced Mughal India, the dessert evolved. Milk, basil seeds, and ice cream were added. The modern falooda was born. Today, it's sold in tall glasses, at dessert shops, and street stalls across India and Pakistan. History often tells the stories of kings and emperors, but food history tells a different story. It shows how recipes travel from royal kitchens to streets